give it up. I don't think she mentioned Grammy nominated.
Grammy nominated.
You can't leave that out. That's a big deal,
That is a
brother.
big deal,
so,
Geremy.
Man, congratulations on all the things you have going on.
Oh man, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you
it's
so
a pleasure.
much.
It's a pleasure. So, first of all, where did your journey start? Let's start there. The short version.
The short version?
Yeah. How old?
How old?
When did you pick up the sticks?
Most people would say in the womb, right? But no. No, on the real, I had to be about 2 or 3 years old. I was banging on. Yeah, man. I was banging on my grandmother's pots and pans, and of course, you know, she yelling like, "This boy banging on my pots, messing up my pots and everything." So, but it wasn't until her pastor had recognized that I had a special gift of playing drums, and told her that, you know, I was gonna really, you know, be great at it, and I was gonna go far with it. So
he prophesied it.
Pretty
over
much
your life.
Pretty much.
And so did your grandmother? I mean, because like I remember LL saying his grandmother used to be yelling at him and stop all that noise. And when did she realize it wasn't noise? It was actually art.
I guess when her pastor noticed that I was able to keep a beat, and he was just like, "Listen." And she was just like blown away, like, wow. Like somebody so young.
Yeah. So you say 2 or 3 years old, you was doing this.
Yeah,
and
pretty
so then
much.
Fast forward though, when did it get serious for you? Like when did you say, I got it?
When did it get serious? I want to say about 6, 7 years old.
Yeah?
When I started to be able to play a little bit more around the beat. And of course, you know, you grow each year in height. So at one point, right. You know, I was only able to just sit at the edge of the stool.
Right. You know, because you small.
So small, but as soon as I got a little height and I was able to reach the foot pedal, I was like, okay, we working with something down here now. But nah, I you know, I say about 6 or 7 years old, and then from there, it was just a thing that just became a part of me.
Wow.
Like I just love to do it just from a child. So
was the church your first audience?
Oh yeah, most certainly.
Okay, so your church was the first audience. What would you say was your first, I don't know, for lack of better words, big break into doing, you know, playing drums for, you know, a musician who's really in the entertainment industry?
Right. So who was your first artist that you know, a major artist that you performed with?
First major artist? Well, before we get there, I want to
take us on the journey.
You know, yeah. So, of course, you know, playing around town creates a buzz for you, you know, when everybody getting to know who you are and knowing what you can do. So I started out playing with Jamel Evans and Worship Forever, his group.
Okay.
Then that transitioned on to Kevin Terry and Predestined.
Okay.
And I was playing with Gerald Scott and his group. And that led to another big break where I was able to play for Byron Cage, which was my first big artist on the gospel side.
Wow.
Shout out Byron Cage.
Shout out Byron. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, hey, Byron.
What's up, Byron? Yeah.
Yep. So then from Byron Cage, I was able to play for Ty Tribbett. I was able to work with James Fortune. Yeah, I was able to work with James Fortune and
that's one of my favorites.
Big artist.
Yeah, so I've been privileged to work with a lot of great gospel artists on that side, and then from there, a lot of my musician colleagues that were working in the secular arena, they were well connected to other artists such as, you know, the Music Soul Childs and Delita James and all the other artists you have mentioned. So they knew I could play other genres other than gospel really well, so they decided to give me an opportunity to show what I can do with some of these artists. And the artists, I began to develop a relationship with them, and I was able to grow in this arena as well, because playing on the secular side compared to the gospel side, it's two totally different
things. Yeah. Really?
It's
So is it easier or harder on the secular side?
The secular side, I would say, is more discipline.
More discipline.
Yeah.
How so?
Because majority of the artists you playing for, they want to hear that record. So everything is detailed, it's super detailed. So
okay.
it's about playing the right patterns that come from their record. So they're listening to those specific parts and making sure it's locking in.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, the audience, they want to hear their songs like how they heard it on the record.
There you
So with a live band, of course, it gives it a little flair, but at the same time, they still want to hear their record.
So they want to hear it as close as possible to the original.
Yeah,
sound.
but eventually, you know, once they get comfortable with you, then they allow you to kind of add a little bit of yourself and personality into their music. So.
Okay, so what's your favorite side? Gospel side, secular side?
I can't really say I have a favorite, but I will say this: I do enjoy playing gospel music. You know, when I can. You know, especially and the reason I say that is because in gospel music you can express yourself a little more as a musician because there are so many genres that are incorporated into gospel music. So gospel is taken from everywhere. So you're able to pull from different layers of
Gotcha.
that genre and making it into your own and
Gotcha.
I love
go
that.
far with it. So
Okay,
yeah.
before we go any further, I want to ask you, who was the most influential artist that you met? Like, who had the most influence on your career?
Who had the most influence on my career? That's a good one.
Even gospel or secular? Makes no
Gospel or
difference.
secular?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with gospel first.
Okay.
I want to say a little bit of Ty.
Ty Tribbett.
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
say, and the reason being is because Ty, even though he's an artist, he's also a musician too. So he allows musicians to express themselves where, you know, the audience gets to know who they are as well too.
Gotcha.
Where it's not you're just accompanying the artist and, you know, you're just getting off stage and nobody
Gotcha.
knows. But no, he allows, and he actually, you know, appreciates when he has players like that, you know, are able to take it somewhere where, you know, he's hearing it in his head and, you know,
Wow.
yeah.
So how about secular?
Secular? I would say music, Soul Child, but I really want to say Jagged Edge. And the reason being is,
Okay, so you played with them too.
yeah, in 112, I got a chance to play with 112 and
Well, hell, you played with the whole industry. Yeah, that's
So, nah, I've been privileged to play with those artists too as well.
super blessed, man. You super blessed.
Oh, man,
So
I
this
appreciate
pastor
it.
prophesied it over you. He wasn't lying to you.
Yeah.
he
He
wasn't
really
lying at all.
prophesied and told you something that was really legit. And thank God you followed his lead and your grandmother listened to him.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because if not for that, we wouldn't have your talent. Right?
Yes, sir.
And so now you had 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
You in a great mood. You just performed one of the biggest performances of your life. You get ready to go pick up a check. Right? 1 hour to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You can put the artists in. You can't take them out. It can be gospel, secular, band, group, single, solo artists. Who you listening to?
Who I'm listening to?
Can't take them out once you put them in.
Can't take him out once I put him in
A whole hour. That's who it is.
for a whole hour. I have to say Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Okay, well that's an
okay.
easy
I
one.
love
That's an easy
that.
one. You can go for days.
You can
listening
go
to
for
Michael.
days
You can go
listening
for
to Michael
months
Jackson.
and months and months. Yeah.
And the
so-
reason I say Michael is because Michael has basically lived through so many different eras of music. So, you know, you had the younger Michael with the Jackson 5, where you
And
had
the two of us, we look no more.
So then you had the Michael, the Thriller Michael. Then you got the Dangerous Michael. Then
You
got,
know it too, look.
Yeah, you got Invincible. So he's lived through so many eras and was very successful
Very.
in those
One of
times. One of the most.
I love that. So what's next for you? Anything that you want our viewers and listeners to know before we let you go and close
And
the show with a
perform.
live performance?
What's
How can
next
they
for
follow
me?
you? What you got coming up next?
Oh, okay. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. My name is Geremy Stephen Wimbush. You know, just regular. Facebook, Geremy Stephen Wimbush, same thing. As far as tour schedule, I have some upcoming shows coming up with Jagged Edge
Mm-hmm.
in the rural part areas of Atlanta and I want to say Detroit and some other cities.
So you on tour with Jagged Edge?
So you on tour with Jagged Edge?
Pretty much.
So one thing I can see in you is that I love. You are very humble.
Very
individual.
humble. Yep.
It's almost hard for you to talk about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's hard for
very
me to get you to tell me about these damn tour dates and the people that you're touring with. But these are big deals, right? A lot of people gonna work their lifetime and never see these things happen, right?
Right,
A
right,
lot of
right.
drummers wish they could be in your position. God has blessed you tremendously.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
when God blesses you tremendously, don't hide your blessings. It's humble, that's cool, but shout it to the rooftop and let them know who you played with, when it happened. Brag about it a little bit because it's a blessing, right?
Yeah.
And so it gives other people opportunity for hope, right?
Gotcha.
And so, man, I'm proud of you. I think you're a really big deal. I love your humility. I love the fact that you can still stay so grounded and has done so much. Because some people haven't done a damn thing, and you can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They've
true.
been on a half a tour, right?
Mhm.
With somebody you never heard of, and you can't tell them nothing. And so for you to sit up here and be as humble as you are, that's why we respect it.
Well,
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you a big role model of that. Many know of this guy. He's global. He was just that it factor drummer. He used to play for Usher, Aaron Spears.
Ooh,
Heard of him,
and he
yes.
passed away this
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
That was
2023, he passed away.
Yep, that was like our OG. So
Got you.
you know, seeing his character just made us want to just, pattern ourselves after that because he was amazing.
He
at
was
his-
the GOAT, I heard.
Amazing,
Yeah.
but one thing people always say is his character is just out of this world.
Humble.
So, that's one of the things I wanted to. I wanted my character to be like. So I
Well, you're
just-
doing a great job.
you know.
I
And
love
so I think
that.
it's just in you, it ain't on you. And so it comes natural for you to be so humble. And so we appreciate that because the industry's not full of you. It's really not. So, man, today we celebrate you for all that you've done. I hope that everybody's here to be aware of your accolades. It takes a lot to know where you've gone
Yep.
Yes,
and
sir.
do what you've done and
Yes, sir.
continue on with humility. So thank you for your humility. And hopefully we'll follow you, man. Make sure y'all following this guy, man. He's great. Get up there and show you a little bit about what he got going on. But make sure you lock in with him and follow him and his journey because, as you can see, it's a pretty incredible journey so far. Pretty incredible for both sides.
Yes.
So it's blessed because I don't know many people who've played it on both sides and played it up big on both sides. You played it big on both sides.
And he
That's
got a
pretty huge.
Grammy nomination too. So
And so he great get a Grammy, right? The next time you be nominated, they're gonna give you the Grammy.
Yeah,
Right? The
that's
next
right.
nomination gonna get you the Grammy. But that was a great start to be nominated, right?
Oh, yes,
So
sir.
we'll celebrate you today. Y'all give it up for my main man,
Geremy
Wimbush! Right after this commercial break, he'll be performing live. Don't go nowhere. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. Spotlight over
Let's
the
go,
scene.
Uncle Fresh. If it ain't fresh, we don't want it.